Ayyappa had stairs,
Yeah.
and I did not notice on the other deities along the walls, I did not notice stairs on other deities. Only
Okay.
for
Ayyappa is the combination of Shiva and Vishnu. I will explain what those are, Vishnu. And then in that case, that is almost, I'm going to get killed for saying this, it's almost like a cult. So they give prescription. Do first step, second step,
Oh, okay.
42 days of severe penance prior to visiting Ayyappa. So you have to, this type of food, clothes, dark clothes, somber, no shaving for men, very serious penance in the month of December. Then they go to Ayyappa temple, and then they climb 1, 2, all the way 18 on the stairs. And some people go to extremes for that stuff, but not necessarily enjoying the scriptures. But Ayyappa is not a 5,000-year-old, but it is more like a 1,500 to 2,000 years. Not that long.
My second question, some of the deities had the rosary, the beads, and some had jewels, necklaces that were jewels. It seemed to be one or the other.
Yes.
Is there a reason?
It is the male and the female energy unite. The male energy of Shiva is more austere, less into, shall we say, jewelry and ornaments, etc. So it's more into inner strength. So the female energy that's associated with Shiva will generally have beads and other stuff. But anything that's associated with Vishnu, now let me tell you what Vishnu would have more ornaments, more ornate kind of stuff. Okay. According to us, yeah. Oh, you have more questions? No.
I can wait.
I just want to
Maybe you'll answer it.
Okay, because I have this usual script that I give for 5 minutes that answers a lot of people's questions, 5 or 10 minutes. Because what I've done is I've taken the question, gone home, write it down, then you find out after some time it's the same questions. So write down the answer. But maybe not. In your case, I have to go and add your question to my inventory of questions. So how is that 40 days and 40 nights, that kind of stuff? No. The universe is an eternal cycle of creation, preservation, and dissolution. So creation is an aspect, preservation is an aspect, and dissolution. All three are inevitable. So the creation is associated with Brahma. Brahma is the creator, the male energy. Not Brahman. Brahman is the formless God. He is the main, he's God. No formless beyond time and space. But Brahma is the creator. In order to create, you need knowledge of creation. So he has to be working with the goddess of knowledge, Saraswati. So those two are consorts together. So Brahma and Saraswati. Then once you create, you have to maintain and sustain and preserve. That's Vishnu. Vishnu, in order to preserve, you need resources, food, water, clothes, whatever. Oh, this is the president of our
and namaste to all of you.
Dr. Uma Maisureka.
And pleasure to have you on, of course, a good friend. He's a great well-wisher and a great supporter.
At the back.
I appreciate that always. Of course.
He's taking a video of that.
He's always with that little equipment. So
Yeah, always behind the camera.
wonderful. Welcome to all of you. Hopefully you had a wonderful visit. Thank you. Mr. Mohan. Thank you. All the best. Thank you. Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you.
She's Dr. Uma Maisureka. She is the president of the temple. Been a president since 1994 or something like that. Under her leadership of the temple, she's of course a volunteer. Everything manager. She comes to work every day around 8 o'clock and goes home at 8 o'clock. 365 days a year. Even when she's not here, she's out on temple business. Either going to Washington or here. But 80%, 90% of the time she's on premises. From 8 to 8. Every day.
As far as I know, there are very, very few Hindu communities where women can be ordained as priests or
There are no priests.
Little in the Caribbean, I'm not sure. But very, very, very few, almost zero. But then you have, Dr. Uma as the board president who,
And a lady, yeah.
and just as an example of the depth of women's religious leadership, even in a tradition where women can't be ordained, Dr. Uma runs the show.
She's it. But for her, I don't know, she's a financial donor, time donor, intellectual capital donor, all kinds of stuff. She's a gold medal winner in the medical school. She was an OB-GYN. She walked away from the practice to serve here. So, just inspiring. I'm here because of her. I don't know if she leaves, I don't know what, I probably will leave too. So, I also took early retirement just like her. So I was a CFO, by the way, of a pretty large company. Quite different from what I do nowadays. So creation, preservation is Vishnu, and Lakshmi is the female energy god that unites, so that we can preserve. And destruction or dissolution. Did you get your Dakshinamurti? I didn't get it.
I didn't get it, but he's gonna send it to me though.
Of course, he's a great guy.
Yeah.
Remember, did you give your address?
I gave him my email
I will
address.
personally harass him until he says
Thank you
it.
so much. He seems very anxious to.
Very nice guy. If you're not careful, you'll sell your own stuff to you and get money from it. That's the management consultant. Take your watch to tell you the time. And then destruction is Shiva. In order to destruct and recreate, you need strength. That's why Shiva and Parvati, they say 10,000 years of union, if you will, together to recreate the whole universe. So Shiva, Parvati, Shiva, Vishnu, and Brahma. Okay, Brahma is not prayed to that much. And then you have Krishna. Krishna is a subset of Vishnu. So basically we have 4 sects. One that follows Vishnu, one that follows Shiva, one that follows Devi, the female goddess. They don't pray to any male energy. And one that follows 6 deities, which is these 3 that I just mentioned. And then they pray to Ganesha, they pray to Ganesha's brother Subramanya, and then they pray to the planet by praying to the sun. Sun being the main. They recognize sun is beyond a planet, it's some kind of something beyond just a planet. Now they tell you it's a star. Therefore sun gets a special place. And that's why in yoga, Surya Namaskar that they talk about in yoga is for salutations to the sun, facing east. Presumably, if you face east and do yoga, you get extra energy, that kind of stuff. Okay, so that's the creation preservation. And then what happened? Maybe 3,000 years ago or so, temples started coming in, and then the sculpture, beautiful temples in South India and beautiful temples in North India. 2 different types. The North Indian temples are influenced by the Muslim school, came from the Middle East and then ruled northern India for 800 years. They didn't come to southern India. So that's under the Muslim rule, which was followed by 200 years of British rule. Prior to that was purely Hindu rule. The Muslim, British, and back to so-called secular rule. Now it is everybody's boss. So the country's temples, it's like going to 2 different countries. If you go to north and south, food is different, clothes are different. Everything is completely different. The influence of the Middle East in the north, the influence of, even if you trace back, Aborigines in Australia have got some influence. That's how far back it goes. Because they think India broke out of that area against Nepal. That's why that kind of. That's a long story. The temples were built, and then you see in the temples, according to the rules, you have the main altar. There are several of them you saw. Then they realized, and then they said that temple's tower should be the tallest in the village, so that God dwarfs everyone. No longer now, it's Morgan Stanley or something like that. But now the buildings are different. But now no longer the temples, but it used to be for until a couple of hundred, maybe less than 100 years ago. temples used to be the tallest in any village. So, and then they built the temples and said, okay, I'm going to have all this according to our scriptures. Then they said, that's great. Not everybody can come and see. The disabled, the old. So they said, no, we're going to have a smaller version outside. During festival days, they take the smaller version and go around the village, entire village, so that the older people or the disabled people can come out of the house or through the window, give their salutation. So that happens even for this temple. The small Ganesha is taken around the streets of Russia. Can you imagine in New York City, a tradition that lay thousands of years ago in India is followed in New York City? We would do it festival after festival, but the New York City Police Department won't allow it. To get this permission to go around the streets on a bus route is a big deal. You have to go to one police plaza and beg, hey, one police plaza and beg. They're just curious. Wow. The young people sit in chairs and listen to this uncle. I see all these. Be careful, they will tell you. This uncle, watch out. I know all these kids. All right. So that's the significance of the smaller and the larger. And you saw the green bag I talked to you about. That is an offering. So it is an offering so that we can get back blessed. So Dr. Uma, she is always represents all the devotees. She doesn't say, if I say today you do, then favoritism comes in. It is very important after the puja who gets the first, after the prayer or puja, who gets the first back something that was raised by the Lord. So in order to get rid of any of the controversies in politics, she accepts all the time. Okay? In India, no woman is allowed to take the first offering. Long time ago. Nowadays it's different. Nowadays it's women are being accepted as a representative. Until recently, those things are unheard of. Even the priests come here, some of them from India, they look at, wow, that's different. Anyway, hey guys.
But then Dr. Uma can't eat all those bananas herself.
Right.
So what happens, so the food is
Puts it all
blessed and
away.
it's given as an offering to the
She doesn't have a
gods.
family, she puts it all there for everybody to take.
So it goes then back to like fruit.
And then there's a whole bunch of bananas and fruits, and everybody gets a graced items, a flower. If nothing else, they give you water that is supposed to be graced. If you run out of other things, the water is always there. So it's a question of always a cycle. This is the cycle. The food goes inside, then food comes out and and then it goes onto the earth and comes back and evaporates, goes to the sun, goes to the clouds, and then falls as rain and germinates. Hinduism says the whole life, entire universe is a cycle. Nothing stops. Everything just transforms and becomes a cycle. So that is also depicted in any Hindu rituals and practices. Fire, water, these 5 elements, ether, air, these are all always used because the scriptures say our body is a combination of those 5 elements with that spark of divinity that makes us function. 5 elements with a spark of divinity which makes, in other words, I can see because of God's power. Why is it some people can see, some people cannot see? Why is some people strong, cannot walk, cannot talk, why is this baby God in the United Kingdom struggling that this American doctor wrote? They say that's where the law of karma comes in. So we believe in reincarnation. So we believe that the past sins are causing you to have this kind of start, and then you have to get rid of all these things, sins, until you attain salvation, and every soul attains salvation over a period of birth and death. Every soul attains salvation. No soul, just like no child left behind, you have no soul left behind. No child of God left behind. So these are the principles that they try to do it within the temple, what the religion espouses. By the way, I read several Western scholars. So I'm putting that in the past I didn't say some of these things. Now I'm putting the Western scholars' way so that I can understand. you can probably relate to some of the stuff that you hear from other Western scholars. To the students, I tell you, do not say Hinduism has only one God because you will flunk your quiz. You have to say many gods because that's what your textbooks say. So for the students, high school students learn there are many gods, polytheistic. But that is incorrect. That's British and Max Muller. He wrote. These are the kind of stuff that we are dealing with. But anyway, with that background, I talked to you about the flowers every day. They do the thing. I talked to you about the main. Oh, last point. You saw a peacock. You saw a bird. You saw an elephant. You saw a bull. All these are vehicles of the Lord. If Lord is everywhere, where is Lord going? He doesn't have to go from point A to point B. See you tomorrow. Take care, okay?
I'm take care.
Bye.
Number on 33 years.
Yes, 23 years, yes. So, in order, they say that we have to peacefully coexist with the other species in life. So how do you do it? By saying that that species is also serving Lord one way. So I'm not going to hurt that species. Hence, hunting is not good. Vegetarian food is recommended. And they were vegetarians, they were non-vegetarians and vegetarians, but it's like swinging back and forth. Now it's back to being vegetarians being majority now. At some point, now that health conscious, they start to reduce meat and so forth. So, I end because I can go on for hours, but now we'll go for questions. Left to right, any question? You can always ask later, doesn't matter.
I have a
there's
question.
somebody there, yeah.
Okay, right before we came down, when they were doing that ceremony at the statue of Hanuman, the president, they put like some golden thing on her head and then took it back off. What was that about?
Beautiful question. Okay. First of all, they gave a lamp. And they said, it's the knowledge of the divine. I take in my hand, I put it in my eyes, and then I permeate all over my body. I want the knowledge of the divine being the one that's guiding me all the time. Then, to emphasize that only for the Vishnu sect, if you look, okay, if you look, inside would be the engraving of feet. They're saying that the dust of the feet of the Lord is where your humility should be such that you are saying that you're not even equal to the dust of the feet of the Lord. So that's what they are doing.
Okay.
You are submitting your knowledge, which is the brain, to the Lord by saying that I recognize with humility. Right? Finally, you get your chance.
I'm a little bit embarrassed to ask this question, but I'm curious, like the economics of the gods, and I'm not asking how much they are, but like how does that work? Are they very expensive? Are they imported from India? Who pays for them? How does that, like, do you have membership?
You have an accounting background or something?
No. The opposite.
It's gold, real gold and silver.
Yeah, right. Some are real silver, some are real gold. There's one, these are armors are all real gold. The entire one set of where you cover the chest, the ties, the thing, is $800,000. One set. So you can take each one of these deities, some are $800 or $600. So we also have silver. Then we have gold dipped, so that we keep changing because we live in New York City. So, how does the economics work? You saw we do not go and collect money from people. We should not. People voluntarily give money at the counter, or you see those boxes with a slot in there, they put $1 bill. This morning, we counted in single dollar bills only, and then there were some 20s and 5, etc. $23,000 this morning. That is about a week's collection in dollar bills only, one single dollar bill. So we found those in all this stuff, we added it up, and you can calculate. And this was a light week. So there's so many people putting $1 coming in every day, putting $1 every other day. Some people put 10, 5, those are very small, mainly $1. That's where the 20,000 emails help. By the way, we don't do any advertising, we just say these are our services. We have services for senior, youth, children. We have a school with 200 kids. Most of the work, 80% of the work is done by volunteers, except for the cooking.
So people do, there's a fee for the different offerings.
Yes.
So if you want to make a specific puja offering, you purchase
Yeah,
that.
we purchased $10. But recently, I actually tried being a treasurer. One of the first things I changed it from $9 to $10. Because people were going with, hey, give me $1, what the heck, give a $10 bill. So if you buy coconuts with it, it's going to cost $2 more. What is the coconut doing inside the thing is? I like to tell this story. Everything is symbolism in Hinduism. The weapon is knowledge, and then the demon that somebody is stepping on is ignorance. Through knowledge, you conquer ignorance. So what does the coconut mean? Our human being cannot connect with another because of ego and the hard shell. Before I go inside the temple and break the coconut, saying I'm going to get rid of my ego and I'm going to connect. It's a symbolic of destroying your ego. The fruit is prosperity. The flower is the beauty and gift of nature. All these are given and taken back, saying that I have to keep, in order for me to keep the cycle going, I'm getting the grace. I'm going to take the grace and help somebody. I go and ask Henry, can you please write an article for my 40th anniversary? And he does that. As far as we're concerned, we help him by doing this, and he helps us by if you look at it, if someone says I'm a self-made man, he is a liar according to us. Nobody is self-made. Everybody is because somebody gave, or we gave, you gave, or go cycle. The scriptures tell you again and again non-violence, and that you are humility, and it's not about you. It's always about others. Humility, it's not about you, it's about others. And, so how does the economics work? That's my example. Well, and then there are one guy, doctor writes $1 million check, so she is different. She can match all this. So she's a major donor, probably the biggest donor of the temple over a period of time. So we're all donors, all the board members are donors. That's it, the board members basically, and then very rarely outside. We all donate to the temple. And that's also, but this cafeteria is a huge money maker. So Anthony Bourdain thought this was a great place. Grubhub said, Grubhub was whatever it is called. They wrote second best Indian restaurant in New York City, vis-a-vis value for money and taste. Yes, sir. Quantity. Yeah. So I'm coming back to that.
Something that sometimes true in New York City is that we heard about this morning, that divisions sort of in a home country play out differently or sometimes fade away. In New York City, I was wondering, India is so diverse in so many castes and languages and things like that. How does that play out in this temple visit?
You guys are all teachers, I forget. That's why intelligent question after you doubts. All right, I'm glad, I'm proud, I'm thankful on behalf of the students. Because they're getting good education, I'm sure. So, real problem. It is a real problem. But what is happening is, I personally would say that a temple in America gives me a better chance of finding myself through self-inquiry because of the calmness, because it's clean, because it's less crowded, because then when I go to India, somebody is pushing me so much crowd on a line, push. Whoa, before I go inside, whether I like it or like New York City subway, they take push you in, push out. That's what happens in Indian temples, and I resent it. I don't like it. So there is a temple that's famous called Tirupati. There like probably somewhere around 10 to 12 million people visit that temple every year. 10 to 12 million people, and that is on 7 hills. And the entire family goes. I don't go because it's so commercialized, it's so crowded, so this. So I'm sort of a pariah in my family. So the economics works through multiple. Okay, these deities are expensive. These kavachas, as it's called, the armors are expensive. We have diamond necklaces, we have gold necklaces, we have fake necklaces. We have everything mix and match. We go to the bank and drop different days during the week. We never ever get Brinks van because we know it just draws attention for the collection of money. We change cars. We have a blue car going and a red car going, and a yellow car going. Different people in the driver. So you have to be one day to deposit and all that stuff. So,
All those singles.
all those singles, yeah. That changed. 50 cents and 25 cents and 10 cents. That thing is like this, the change.
A lot of people remember though that
The Indian difference.
like social division.
Social, I'm coming to
Yeah.
that. So, that is one of the differences. How there, people are counting money inside the temple. With all the millions, billions of people, you would unheard of that somebody comes and robs. That's the important distinction. But whoever is cheating from within the temple. Some officer may be doing it. But outside, the poorer you are, the more honest you are. That's how I see it. There. So there, that doesn't happen. The caste and all that, the caste was based on occupation. Unfortunately, what happened was the father taught the occupation to the son, and then the girl got married to a same boy who was in the same occupation. So it became more like a caste system, which was based on occupation, became like family by birth, which is not what the scriptures say. But another day to talk about what the scriptures really meant is based on what the inside is. You have three different qualities. What's the mixture of it? It's based on the individual. Three gunas, it's called quality. Rajasic, tamasic, and sattvic. Sattvic means purity. Rajasic means action. And tamasic means laziness. So some people have action-oriented normally. They become a football player, a cop, an army, etc., occupation. Some people are intellectuals. They're so thinking of the brain and majority, or tamasic. I do enough for the day, grab my beer, and watch TV. So those are the tamasic, three different castes based on who you are inside. Unfortunately, all became different due to society and human beings making it the caste system. So here, that once education, which is the greatest equalizer in India here? Money. The so-called lower caste people, if they are very rich, they quickly become the highest caste people with a lot of power. So money carries power. So money. Education is another one. So those things are breaking the caste system. I have to come back here, but I'll come back after I finish here. You had a question.
I think this is sort of the same as Elijah's question in a way. So I imagine that of the people who come here every week, they are from all different traditions.
Within Hinduism.
Within Hinduism. And you have all of these priests. So do people, when I was upstairs, I noticed two different people and what they did was very different. And I'm just wondering, how does that play out? Do the priests, are they familiar with the million different things that any family may do?
Yes, Vedas are one. Just like form is, God is one and there are many forms. There's Vedas and then the many forms of rituals. But the priests are familiar with the majority of the way people pray. So they know. But actually whatever you're doing, that physical act, some of it because doctor, for example, touch the floor and do this, but the right way to do it is go on the floor, touch your knee on the floor, bend down, but because she's got arthritis in her knees, she can't do it. So people are doing modifications in the way, in their physical form that they do. So the priests recognize it. The tall priests are pretty savvy. They know the Vedas, which is the scriptures, very well, and then the Upanishads and the rituals, they know all that stuff. So they are not really different. That is the beauty. They're saying that again, in your self-inquiry, there's no one way. You can do whatever you can through the way you can communicate to the Lord how sincere you are. So it is not one prescribed way. Next, yes, sir.
Well, when I'm sitting here listening to you talk, when you say, when we talk to God, it's like you look at all costs of religions and they refer to God, refer to the Lord. It's almost, I'm just asking, what are you referring to when you say God or when you say Lord? What?
We're referring to supreme, somebody that is supreme. So that is what the Vedas say, supreme. Brahman. Brahman is manifestation even of the supreme. It's an abstract. Unfortunately, an abstract we don't understand, so we give a form, we give a ritual. Without rituals, for example, we say we don't have any form, but we say that we take a clock and then say it's a clock. Then suddenly you do the American flag from this clock. It makes a difference. Suddenly you salute the same clock. You say a picture of your grandpa and say, hey, it's only paper, put 20 steps on it, please. You won't do it. These are symbols or representation of something that you value. So that's what Hinduism is. Everything is symbolism. So supreme is undefinable. You cannot define it. So we all bend and bow to it, but we try to understand it. Okay, the way. For example, you're an expert in baseball, and you do the scores and this and the bunt and all that stuff. Supposing they don't know anything about baseball, I don't know. When I throw a ball this hit, everybody's clap. I have no idea. So it's based on your understanding of as simple as baseball. Can you imagine if baseball is so complicated? What this is, how much to understand. So people are all defining it in different ways. Again, I'm going left to right. Yeah.
So I have a question about is it always necessary to use priests as an intermediary, or can people come in and individually perform puja?
Absolutely.
And then,
Priest you do for special. Yeah, go ahead.
just another question then is, I guess I just wonder in other traditions, there are sort of like more popular priests, or sometimes someone might
Billy Graham.
or someone might complain about a priest or something like that. Is there ever any tension between the devotees and the priests?
No.
It's pretty.
I'm questioning faith in what he's doing because they have no clue what he's saying.
Can I ask you sort of a follow-up on Mayor's question? Could you talk a little bit also about domestic worship? Like people on altars.
I was just going to say,
Because when you ask
temple worship,
like you don't even need a temple all the time.
temple worship is smallest, infinitesimally small fraction of your total devotion. I go in the morning, I pass by, I have an altar with my favorite deities, and I take care of it like I used to say my baby, now it's grandchild. I take care of it like my grandchild, wash it, clean it, dress up, etc., etc. And as I'm passing by, right next to the kitchen, which I go to the refrigerator a lot, so I pass by, I say, so I pray. Suddenly I feel a connection, I stop, I forget where I went, and then I start there. That altar to me is the source of energy, and I'm not alone. Hindus do that, all Hindus at all times do. That altar is where the altar at home is that number one place where they get their spirituality, where they try to find their spiritual path and the answers to the self-inquiry. Altar at home. Because you don't have to go anywhere, there's no rain, but you have to take a shower before you do it. You wake up, you take a shower, you don't eat anything, you do certain things. I put something in here and then I say a prayer which says thanks to the Lord, thanks to the teachers, and thanks to the ancestors, and then only I start my day. Because the 3 decks every day I have to satisfy my 3 decks. By the way, I can go on for hours.
We need to get in the bus in probably just 4 or 5 minutes, but we have time for a little more.
Yeah.
What about forms of communal worship? How often does that happen?
Festivals.
Just festivals?
Festivals, basically festivals. Sometimes rain doesn't come in the village, so the entire village assembles and pray to the Lord to give grace for rain to come. So all of a sudden the harvest is not going well, they go and pray in villages. Even today, in spite of the scientific advancement, in spite of, they know it's because of the science, they still go and say, no matter what, your mind, body, and spirit, you say your mind, your intellectual, everything you apply and you do something, without that third element, we call it luck, we call it good fortune, we call it supreme, the influence of the Lord. So the Hindu, the people, so the three has to, the triangulation of those three is a must for every act. Mind, body, and spirit. Mind being knowledge, body being a physical body, spirit is that controlled Lord who is making you do it. Yes. Anybody else? Yes. Which, by the way, am I making sense or this?
Yes. So when you do puja at home, who are your particular deities?
In my case, it's Vishnu, because my family was always made, it's always determined by the family, basically, unless you become a rebel or somebody says, I don't want to do this, I want to do this deed. But 99% of the time, it's family tradition. You marry within the tradition, you do that type of, it's the same Vishnu. People who pray to Vishnus. Otherwise, what happens is it gets a little confusing. Marriage to begin with, big adjustment. So they said better to. I had an arranged marriage. I'm now married for 40 years, same as this temple. When the temple opened on July 4th, I came here as a bachelor because my dad said you would come and get married. So I came and prayed for a good wife. I took the flight to India, got married, and came back in 10 days. I'd never met her before. And it's 40 years and she's my best friend in the whole world. Anybody else?
I just wonder when you have a particular deity, it's all encompassing then also. Like
Yes.
you don't trade deity saying if something happens that in this experience as compared to that experience, but it's still all encompassing in the deity. Okay.
So what I'm saying is, to me, the favorite deity is the personification of the Supreme.
Okay.
He's all energy. So male, female, any energy of Shiva, Vishnu, everybody
Right.
is in here, but I am using this because my mind doesn't comprehend that, so I'm using this. But just like doctors have specialists, we gave specialists to gods too. For education, we go to
I noticed that.
the SAT. I said people are doing SAT time, all the teenagers are standing in line and praying to Saraswati.
So you can
And if
trade.
you get New York State lottery, you buy and you go to Lakshmi and pray. And you don't get it, but you pray.
No offense to Lakshmi.
All right, yes.
People write their own prayer, develop their own prayers.
No, these prayers are given to us by the sages. Even the forms are given to us by the sages. In the deep meditation, Lord came to them in a particular form. And so that's the form.
Like the priest upstairs, or
No, sages are 6,000 years ago, 5,000, who wrote this, who codified the
Capital S
Vedas.
sages.
What?
Sages with capital S.
Capital S, yeah. Warren Buffett is a sage too.
Yeah. Thank you, Mohan.
Yeah, my soul and your soul unite, I bow to the duty.